Well, good day from Murmansk, high up in the Arctic Circle. For those of you who don't know, Murmansk is one of the hero cities of the former Soviet Union. It was awarded hero city, like other cities like St. Petersburg, Kiev, and Moscow, and various other cities, for its efforts during the Great Patriotic War, or World War II. Here is an obelisk, which is in dedication to the hero city. I don't know if you can see over there. You can see basically the crest of Murmansk, which shows a boat and fish, which is what Murmansk is known about, is fishing, and it's the main fishing port in the northern part of Russia. And you can see over there the emblem with Lenin and the USSR and the hammer and sickle, and the star with the ribbon on top represents the Soviet hero city. So join me in this video for a walk around of Murmansk, the largest city above the Arctic Circle. And here is the Vokzal, the train station where I arrived to Murmansk last night. And I don't remember if I recorded it or not, but here it is. Murmansk Vokzal, the central railway station. And up on top you can see the red Soviet star. It's a very Soviet looking building. Some people have said to me that Murmansk is probably one of the most Soviet cities in Russia. I'm yet to believe it until I see it. So let's keep exploring and we'll see where the day takes us. Soviet trolley bus. Okay, if it keeps up like that with the Soviet trolley bus, then this may be, like Samara, a very Soviet city. From here I've just found a vantage point, which is located in a car park, which is right next to the Vokzal, and you can overlook all of the shipping ports. Over here you can see all the snow-covered hills and all the cranes, and I forget what the river or the bay is called here. I think it's Murmansk River or something like that. And over there in the distance, on top of that hill, you can see the monument Alyosha. Alyosha is the monument to the defenders of the fatherland, and we will venture up there either today or tomorrow to take a look at the monument, because from what I remember, from what I've read, is it's the second largest monument of the Great Patriotic War in Russia, and it's the northernmost monument, because here there were battles fought against the fascist army coming in from places like the Netherlands, Sweden, and so forth. Anyway, let's continue our walk around the city and discover Murmansk. And here is the Irish pub chain Harrods. Now Harrods can be found in a lot of the bigger cities of Russia. They're probably one of the largest chain of Irish pubs in the Russian Federation. It's good to see St. Petersburg isn't the only city that suffers from this ice. A coffee shop named Arctic Coffee. I wonder if they serve iced coffee in there. Just walking up here to Ledovy Dvorets, which is basically Ice Palace, which will be the place where they do ice skating sports, probably things like figure skating and ice hockey. And here at the front is another New Year tree with lots of twinkling presents on the bottom of it. Now at the time of recording this video, it's January the 26th, which is back in the homeland, Australia Day. So to all my Australian viewers, well, by the time you see this, happy belated Australia Day. I'm probably one of the very few Aussies in the world spending it in the biggest city in the Arctic Circle. But anyway, the Icebreaker Lenin is just down here, which is a big tourist attraction. So let's go check it out. Now, here in Russia, you have rail crossings on the road level, but you don't have any signals. So it's just always safety first. You just look left and right and hope a train doesn't come flying towards you. That kid doesn't want to walk. Here, coming up to the Lenin Icebreaker, is Morsky Vokzal, which is a seaport where you can leave by sea. And here they have a small park with a nice sailing ship and New Year decorations. Here, as we round the corner and I can see the icebreaker just there, we have even more New Year decorations. It's a very nice New Year tree and some sculptures which look like fish and a sailing ship. And over here is the Murmansk city port. And here to our left is the Lenin Icebreaker. Now, the Lenin Icebreaker was a Soviet nuclear-powered icebreaker, and it was the first nuclear-powered icebreaker in the world. It was both the world's first powered and the first nuclear-powered civilian vessel. It entered operation in 1959, and it was clearing sea routes for cargo ships along Russia's northern coast. From 1960 to 1965, the ship covered 157,000 kilometers during the Arctic navigation season, and 120,000 was through ice. And here you can see there is no ice in the water. That's because the waters in this area remain relatively warm. They don't get to the point of freezing. This is a monument to the Great Patriotic War from 1941 to 1945. Okay, I've also just noticed a very small Soviet mosaic. Now we all know I like a good Soviet mosaic, but this one is in the crest or the symbol of Murmansk. Okay, it's getting a bit windy down here, so I'm going to go back towards the main center area of the city, and we'll keep exploring. I might grab a little lunch or something to eat because it is about 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and we'll keep exploring Murmansk. It's a pizzeria, buongiorno. And what a visit to any city in Russia would be without walking along Prospect Lenin. Here, there's some very colourful buildings. This one in like a cyan or turquoise, yellow, and what look like twin buildings with like an apricot and a yellowy colour. You can see these buildings have these big columns at the front. These were more than likely built during the Stalin-era. And who else should we come and visit here on Prospect Lenin? We'll find out shortly. Okay, here we come to the star, the man of the hour, the one and only Vladimir Lenin. This isn't one of the biggest Lenin statues I've ever seen before, or monument. Ones in St. Petersburg are usually 3 times that size. But here, you can see it's surrounded, judging by the decorations here, may or may not be government offices. Check out the mural on the side of this building. It's just above what's called the Northern Bakeries. I'm finding a lot of buildings here in the largest city above the Arctic Circle. They're very colourful, and that's probably because most of the year in these regions of Russia that it's always grey, bleak, and there's a lot of snow instead of just being the usual greys of most Russian cities with all the different Khrushchevkas and so forth, which are all just a very mono colour and not very bright. It sort of brightens up the atmosphere to basically make it a more livable city because of the bleak conditions here in the Arctic Circle. Up on the side of this building, which is probably a government building, there is a bas relief, and it has the bust of Vladimir Lenin. Okay, I've come to nearly the end of Plощad Lenin. It just ends beyond the hill over here behind me. I'm going to head back towards the central area. I'll be back tomorrow, day 2, to do some more exploring of Murmansk. And here you can see where the smokestack is. It has a temperature gauge. It's currently minus 3 degrees. And if you can see it, you got the red thing on the side, gives the actual temperature. So yes, until tomorrow, we will continue exploring Murmansk. Welcome to day 2 of our exploration of Murmansk city, the largest city above the Arctic Circle. Let's continue today our exploration, and we'll see what more the city has to offer. So before going to the next place to discover, I decided to stop here at a lake I can't pronounce the name of. I'm going to try it off the map. It's Semyonovskoye, Ozia. Hopefully it's correct. And many of you who've seen the video previously of me with Comrade George walking on the frozen Finnish Bay, no, I'm not going to walk on this because A, I'm alone. Primary reason, there's a big yellow sign there that says something, you could end your life by walking on here. But we've got people skiing on here. So I'm just going to enjoy my coffee and just watch the people ski on the lake. On our way to the first destination for today, I'm walking through a very Soviet style aesthetic like village. And as we round the corner, here we come to Alyosha, the monument to the defenders of the Arctic. Alyosha is a monument to the defenders of the Soviet Arctic during the Great Patriotic War. It is a memorial complex in the Leninsky district here in the city of Murmansk. Alyosha became an object of cultural heritage of the Russian Federation of Regional Significance in 2010. The memorial is a monolithic figure of a soldier in a raincoat with a machine gun over his shoulder. And here at the base of the monument are all the names of the hero cities. Here, of course, Murmansk, Leningrad, Odessa, Sevastopol, Brestskaya, Kiev, Moscow, Stalingrad, Kerch, Novosibirsk, Minsk, Tula, and Smolensk. All hero cities of of the Great Patriotic War. I can actually say I've been to at least, 4 hero cities of the former Soviet Union. Here, Murmansk, Leningrad, which is now St. Petersburg, Moskva or Moscow, and Stalingrad, which is now Volgograd. And it'll be probably a good goal to achieve, to try to visit all of the hero cities of the former Soviet Union, to see what they've become today after the Great Patriotic War. If you like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.